Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the man, myth, the legend, and my good friend Jason Pritchard. How you doing, sir?
I am doing great. Zuber, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing really, really well. I read an asinine article. I think it was Saturday. It might have been Friday. That basically said, this is comical. Gross flippers made a gross profit of $62,000. That was the average gross profit. The median purchase versus the median sell was $62,000 difference. I looked at that and almost crashed my car or whatever.
Some of
I was
these
doing.
articles are crazy, man. I mean, it's literally, you might as well just make it stuff up out of thin air, man. It's getting pretty wild out there.
Yeah. So I actually want to pull up a spreadsheet. I want you and I to kind of talk about minimum and maximums. And I want to show if the average flipper's gross profit, which again, we'll put in is a average purchase, average sale is 62 grand, that the average flipper lost money.
Yeah, absolutely. That's easy.
That's easy. So let me pull it up so we can go through this. Let me share my screen. Where is it? There it is. All right. So let me know when you can see that.
See it now? There it is.
All right. So again, what all the article said was gross profit was 62 grand. So what I assumed was the median sale price. Again, I took the average for the country was 400 grand.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the after repair value. That's the sale. And then I just did simple math, right? I took the sale price minus the profit. And I'm like, okay, well, there's the purchase price, 338. Make sense?
Yep.
All right. Now you and I know that there's a hell of a lot of costs between gross and net.
That's right.
This is asinine. So I want to talk about minimum and maximum. So like when you buy a property, you have some closing costs as a buyer. Certainly have insurance.
Yep.
So if you were going to buy a $330,000 before repair, what do you think the min and max of closing costs would be?
We typically put 1% of whatever the purchase price is just to make it easy. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more, but let's just call it 1%. So on 338, it'll be around 3 grand.
All right. So we'll do 3 to 4 grand. We'll just do min max. All right. Now, most flippers, and yourself included, use, I don't know, we can call it private money instead of hard money.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Private money. So you're borrowing the money, right?
Correct.
You're not paying cash. So you have interest payments. The average flipper, Jason, has points, right?
Correct.
Pay 1 or 2 points.
Yep.
They at least borrow the repair or the purchase. They may borrow the purchase and the make ready.
And the rehab. Yep.
Yeah. So when you think about over a 6-month period, what the cost of that private money would be, you want to take a min max. Again, remember the purchase is 330.
So we do, again, to make it easy for my team to underwrite deals, we already have these formulas kind of booked into our calculator. So we take 3 to 4% of whatever the ARV is for our cost of borrowing money. So on a $400,000 resale price, 12 to
16 grand.
Yeah, 16.
Yeah, 16. Okay, perfect. That makes sense to me. Okay. Now it takes money to sell shit. And now you're an agent, but let's assume most people aren't agents. What would you budget?
6%.
So yeah, let's do 5 on the low, 6 on the high. So
yeah, because you're going to have closing costs too, and you're going to have repair costs, and you're going to have, buyer certifications, home warranty. So we always do
6 to 7.
Yeah, we always like to pay at least a minimum of 5% commission, and then we tack on another percentage for cost of sales.
So okay. So there we go. Now you got to do some work, right?
I think we're break even already. Is it break even already? We haven't even fixed the house yet.
Yeah, exactly. Well, right now your net profit is 23 grand on the low side and 14 on the high side.
Good Lord.
Yeah. So again, let's just do this is an expensive house, right? 330 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, let's assume the baths and kitchen are okay. So paint, carpet, maybe some lighting. We're gonna have to keep the windows. I mean, what's a minimum?
Honestly, minimum for me at a house this price point, like minimum is probably 40, 45, but we're going 60, 65, sometimes 70,000 if it needs everything on a house like this. So,
so let's go
a lot of it, there's going to be a bigger variance on the rehab cost because there's so many things that can move that price up or down, but I'd say 40 to 70 is a good range.
Yeah. So, oh, by the way, we don't even have profit yet,
We
Jason.
haven't made any money yet either. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So far, you're doing this for free. It's charity work.
yeah, that's right.
So again, the reason I did this is the average flipper lost their ass in Q3 because at a minimum they lost 17 grand.
Yep.
And you know, so a gross profit of 62 grand is not like if you're like a real estate person and you read an article that says flippers are making a profit of 62 grand, it says gross profit and you're not in it, you don't realize there's a big difference between gross and net. And
Yeah, no, this is a really good exercise, I think, especially for people that are new, because the biggest issues that I see with newer investors is they underestimate all of the costs that are associated with getting a project from start to finish, and they overestimate what they think the house is going to sell for, right? And so you do that, and really quickly you can get upside down, especially in a market like this. So yeah, I see articles like that all the time too, and it's just like, how does this even get approved to be published on the internet and get sent out to the public? I don't understand how people aren't losing their jobs. It's nuts, man.
yeah. So let's also remind again, I've talked with Omar, right? He's my Tuesday expert.
Yep.
The last 2 years, it was the easiest time to do flips. And frankly, if you were bad at it, you made even more money.
You're still making money. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Because
Crazy.
your hold cost was longer, but appreciation was higher. So again, the world's different. So we're going to see a lot less flippers in the market. Lots of them are going to be losing money. But even the good ones like yourself, you're going to have projects when the market pivoted. We're going to talk about that in video number 2. A lot of flippers, even the good ones, are taking some small L's this time.
Yeah, and that's just the cost of doing business, guys. And I feel like it should be okay to talk about the reality of what it is in this business, especially now. I mean, I've always felt that if you are talking to an investor and they tell you, hey, I've never lost money, they either haven't been doing it long enough or they're not telling you the truth. You know what I mean? And it's just over time, you're going to run into a situation where you either underwrite a deal wrong or the market shifts on you or whatever. And, you're going to take some haircuts on some of this stuff. And yeah, I'm actually interested and excited to talk about the one that we just sold last week that we took an L on. And hopefully people that are getting into the business can learn from some of the things that even guys like me that have done hundreds and hundreds of projects, we're still learning as we go.
Yeah. As we wrap up this episode, something I'm going to be consistently communicating is this pivot of the market is going to wash a lot of people out. So one thing I'm excited about, and I'm trying not to be like visually excited because some people will take that bad, but I believe the next 2 years, Jason, the good operators are going to grow, succeed, where the fly-by-nights, the people without system, and the people that got lucky are going to go away.
I agree. But even the good people now are feeling a little bit of pain, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the pivot was real, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But I agree with you. I agree 100%. That's the message that I think I'm talking about with a lot of people in my network. And it's making sure that we can keep our heads screwed on the right way, right? To not let some of these losses like get us going in the wrong direction, right? We understand what it is. We understand what's going on. We understand that the next round of purchases that we're making, we have to adjust our numbers and we have to be a little bit more cautious, but it's the cost of doing business sometimes.
Yeah. And again, we're working in an environment where the sellers are slowly coming around, but it's just that consistency.
Yep.
Right. And today you don't do skinny deals. Like you don't have to say yes.
Yes.
Right. Where maybe a year ago, it's like, oh, we'll figure it out. That's not happening today.
That's right. Absolutely, man.
Yeah. So you put a lot of stuff on IG. What is your page so people can follow you and let them know they came from one rental at a time?
If people just follow my Instagram handle is Jason Pritchard, my first and last name, or Facebook, either one of those guys. So if you have questions or things that I can help you with, I'd love to be a resource. Just message me and I'll definitely reach back out.
Yeah. Again, the average flipper lost money in Q3. Even the great ones will lose some money. We'll talk about that in episode number 2. Thank you so much.